Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you found yourself searching for your glasses, only to realize they're sitting right on top of your head. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. These little lapses might seem harmless at first, but they often leave us wondering, is this normal? Is my memory slipping? And most importantly, is there something I can do about it? Well, the good news is yes, there is something you can do. In fact, there are a few simple, science-backed habits you can start today that have been shown to help protect your memory and keep your mind sharp no matter your age. And don't worry, you don't need to overhaul your entire life. These aren't drastic changes, just small, thoughtful shifts in your daily routine that, over time, can make a big difference. Staying mentally sharp after 60 isn't just about doing crossword puzzles or playing memory games, though those can help. It's about how you live your day, how you move, how you eat, and even how you sleep. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 powerful habits you can start building today to help reduce your risk of memory loss and support a clear, focused, and vibrant mind well into your 70s, 80 seconds, and beyond. Let's start with one of the most underrated habits when it comes to memory: getting quality sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking: sleep gets trickier as we age. Maybe you find it harder to fall asleep, or you wake up more often in the night. That's incredibly common. But here's something many people don't realize. While you're asleep, your brain is actually working. It's filing away memories, clearing out toxins, and strengthening connections between brain cells. Think of sleep as your brain's personal cleanup crew. If you're not getting enough deep, restorative sleep, it becomes harder for your brain to process and store information. Over time, that can lead to forgetfulness and even faster cognitive decline. So what can you do? Start with the basics. Stick to a regular sleep schedule even on weekends. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. Keep your bedroom cool, quiet, and dark, and be mindful of screen time before bed. That blue light from phones and tablets can mess with your natural sleep rhythm. If you enjoy reading before bed, switch to a physical book or an e-reader without backlighting. And one more tip: cut back on caffeine in the afternoon. Even if it doesn't stop you from falling asleep, it can reduce the amount of deep sleep your brain gets. Getting good sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about giving your brain the time it needs to recharge and stay sharp. Now, speaking of giving your brain what it needs, let's talk about movement. No, I'm not talking about hitting the gym hard or running marathons. I'm talking about simple, consistent physical activity like walking, stretching, or dancing around your living room to your favorite music. You see, movement gets your blood flowing, and that includes to your brain. When your brain gets more oxygen and nutrients through better circulation, it performs better. Think about it this way: exercise is like sending a fresh wave of energy straight to your brain cells. Studies have shown that regular physical activity, especially things like brisk walking or tai chi, can significantly lower the risk of memory problems. It even stimulates the growth of new brain cells in areas that are key for memory. And it doesn't take much. Just 30 minutes a day, even broken up into short sessions, can make a real difference. If you haven't been active in a while, that's okay. Start small. Walk to the mailbox and back. Do gentle stretches while watching TV. Try a beginner chair yoga video on YouTube. The important thing is to move your body in a way that feels good and keeps you going. So, we've talked about sleep and movement, 2 habits that might not sound like brain boosters at first glance, but they truly are. Let's move on to another habit that might surprise you: eating for your brain. Now, food is something we all think about every day, but we don't always think about how it affects our memory. The truth is, your brain uses more energy than any other part of your body. It's hungry for the right nutrients, especially after 60. One of the best ways to support your memory is to follow what's known as a brain-friendly diet. That means more leafy greens, berries, nuts, olive oil, and fatty fish like salmon or mackerel. These foods are rich in antioxidants and healthy fats that reduce inflammation and help brain cells communicate better. Think about starting your day with a bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts. Or maybe have a simple salad with spinach, grilled chicken, and olive oil for lunch. Swap out processed snacks for a handful of almonds or a boiled egg. These small swaps aren't just good for your heart, they're excellent for your mind. And one more quick tip: drink water. Dehydration, even mild, can slow your thinking and make you feel foggy. Try to sip water throughout the day, and don't wait until you're thirsty. Your brain will thank you. Now that we've talked about sleep, movement, and nutrition, let's take a closer look at the next habit, one that often gets overlooked, but plays a major role in protecting your memory. One of the most powerful, yet underrated habits for keeping your memory strong after 60 is staying socially connected. It might sound simple, but engaging with other people, having conversations, laughing, sharing stories actually strengthens the brain in ways we often overlook. You see, when you talk with someone, your brain is doing a lot. You're listening, thinking, remembering, responding. Even a casual chat with a neighbor or a phone call with a friend works your memory muscles. Social connection stimulates multiple parts of the brain at once. It's like mental exercise disguised as a friendly conversation. But here's the thing. As we get older, it's easy to let those social connections fade. Maybe the kids have moved away. Maybe you've retired and don't see coworkers anymore. Or maybe your social circle just isn't as active as it used to be. That's okay, it happens to so many of us. The important part is not giving up on connection. If you're feeling isolated, start small. Reach out to a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Join a local group, maybe a walking club, a gardening group, or even a book club at your library. If getting out is hard, try virtual meetups. Technology can feel tricky at first, but once you get the hang of it, Zoom or FaceTime can be a great way to stay close to the people who matter. And remember, connection doesn't have to be big or formal. Even brief interactions throughout the day help. A chat with the cashier at the store, a wave to your neighbor, a smile and a few words with someone walking their dog. These moments might feel small, but they add up in powerful ways. They remind your brain that it's part of a community. They keep you mentally and emotionally engaged with the world around you. Now, while social connection keeps your memory sharp in one way, mental stimulation keeps it sharp in another. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you don't use it, you start to lose it. But when you challenge it even just a little, it grows stronger, more flexible, more resilient. Mental stimulation doesn't mean you have to sit down and study or do puzzles all day. Although crosswords and Sudoku can be great tools, what really matters is learning. Learning something new, no matter how big or small, activates new pathways in your brain. And that's what helps protect memory long term. Try picking up a new hobby. It could be painting, knitting, photography, even birdwatching. Learn a few words in a different language. Explore new music. Take a different route on your walk just to shake things up. Your brain loves novelty. It thrives on it. Doing something unfamiliar, even brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand, and light up parts of your brain that have been resting for years. And don't underestimate the power of reading. A good book can transport you to new places, introduce you to new ideas, and give your brain a workout while entertaining you. Even reading short articles or watching educational videos helps. What matters is keeping your mind curious. Curiosity is like fuel for your memory. Now, there's one more habit that ties all the others together, and it might surprise you. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less. I'm talking about managing stress. Stress can sneak up on us, especially as we deal with changes that come with aging, health concerns, family responsibilities, or just the day-to-day worries that build up over time. But chronic stress isn't just emotionally draining, it actually changes the brain. It increases levels of a hormone called cortisol, which in high amounts can shrink the memory center of your brain, the hippocampus. That's why finding ways to calm your mind isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. So, how do you reduce stress in a way that works and feels natural? Start by carving out quiet moments in your day. Maybe it's a slow morning coffee on the porch, a few minutes of gentle breathing, listening to calming music, walking in nature, prayer or meditation if that's part of your routine. Even petting a dog or cat can work wonders. You don't need to meditate for hours or escape to a retreat in the mountains. Just create small moments of peace. Give your mind space to rest, because when your nervous system is calm, your brain can focus better, remember more, and feel more balanced. And don't forget to be kind to yourself. We all forget things now and then. That doesn't mean you're losing your mind, it means you're human. What matters most is the pattern over time and the care you give to your brain day by day. When you combine good sleep, regular movement, brain-nourishing foods, meaningful connection, mental stimulation, and stress management, you're not just avoiding memory loss. You're building a brain that's more alive, more present, and more prepared to enjoy life fully. One thing that often gets overlooked when we talk about memory is just how much our emotional state plays into it. Have you ever noticed that when you're overwhelmed, anxious, or even just a little down, Your mind feels foggier. You walk into a room, forget what you came for. You misplace your keys, forget a name, lose your train of thought mid-sentence. It's not just forgetfulness, it's a sign that your mind is asking for a little more care and attention. That's why taking care of your emotional well-being is just as important as sleep or diet. Your brain isn't a machine, it's a living, feeling part of you. And nurturing your inner life with joy, purpose, and peace does more for your memory than most people realize. One incredibly helpful habit to strengthen memory is creating meaningful routines. Not rigid schedules, but comforting rhythms that make your brain feel safe and organized. When your days have structure, morning rituals, meal times, short walks, maybe an afternoon cup of tea, it reduces mental clutter. Your brain doesn't have to constantly guess what's next, so it frees up space for focus and recall. And inside those routines, sprinkle in what I like to call anchors of joy. Little things that light you up. A song that makes you sway. A flower blooming in your garden. A silly video that makes you laugh. These moments of lightness aren't just pleasant, they release chemicals in your brain that support learning, connection, and memory. Joy isn't just nice to have, it's medicine for the mind. Now, if you've been following along and thinking, I've let some of this slip, or I wish I'd started this sooner, I want you to hear this loud and clear. It is never too late. Your brain has this wonderful ability called neuroplasticity. That means it can grow, adapt, and build new connections even in your 60s, 70 seconds, and 80 seconds. You are not stuck with the memory you have today, you can improve it. And not with complicated brain hacks or expensive supplements, but with simple, consistent care. Even starting with just one of these habits can make a noticeable difference. Maybe tonight you go to bed a little earlier and leave your phone in the other room. Maybe tomorrow you take a short walk, just 5 minutes to feel the air on your skin and notice your surroundings. Or maybe you call someone you haven't talked to in a while, just to say hi and hear their voice. These small steps matter. They build on each other. And the more you practice them, the more natural they become. Before long, you're not just avoiding memory loss, you're creating a life that supports your mind and lifts your spirit. And remember, none of this is about being perfect. You'll have days when you forget things, or skip your walk, or fall into an old habit. That's okay. It's not about doing everything right, it's about doing something with love and intention. Your brain doesn't need perfection. It needs patience, variety, rest, and joy. If you've made it this far in the video, that tells me something really important about you. It tells me you care. You care about your health. You care about staying connected and present. You care about living a life that's full not just of years, but of clarity, purpose, and meaning. And that's a beautiful thing. So before we wrap up, let's gently go over what we've talked about. You don't need to memorize it. Just let it settle in like a good conversation with a friend. You now know the incredible power of good sleep and how it restores your brain each night, like a gentle reset. You know that movement isn't just for your body, it's a gift to your mind. You've learned how the right foods feed your memory just like they feed your heart. You've seen how connection to others and mental stimulation help your brain stay engaged and flexible. And you've heard how reducing stress and nurturing your emotional well-being can make your mind feel lighter, clearer, and more capable. Each of these habits supports the others. They weave together to create a foundation your memory can thrive on. And best of all, they're within your reach. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing from today's video that really resonated with you? Is there a habit you're already practicing or one you'd like to try? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's keep this a space where we learn and support each other. And if you found this helpful, go ahead and give the video a like. It helps more people find this content and lets me know what kinds of topics are useful to you. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos focused on your health, happiness, and well-being after 60. You deserve a life that feels good not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. A life where your mind is clear, your memories are strong, and your heart is light. So here's to you and to living your best life at any age.